Hey everybody, Dan here. So the next issue that I want to talk about in terms of copywriting and space syntax is this idea of the law of category. So that comes from a book known as The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Al Ries and Jack Trout. And I have a copy right here. So I'll just read to you what that law says. So the law of category, I'll start again. The law of the category. If you can't be the first in a category, set up a new category you can be the first in. So space syntax lends itself perfectly to this idea because space syntax in itself is a discipline. They've effectively created a new category within urban design. So they're not simply another company that happens to do urban design or architecture. They're really unique in that they are their own category. So space syntax, the business, is the discipline. And I think they could really use that idea much more in their website. And a business which does that really well in a completely different sector is a company called Huel. So funnily enough, the founder of Huel, Julian Hearn, he actually recommends this book quite a lot and talks about that law of category, which is how I heard of it. So if we look at Huel, these guys basically make nutritionally complete protein shakes. So there are hundreds of companies that make protein, and supplements. And Huel kind of distinguish themselves from the outset not as another company that makes protein shakes, but this new company that's created a new category, which they call Huel, and that's a portmanteau or contraction of human fuel. God, it's a bit of a tongue twister. So if we have a look at their about page. Okay, here we go. Right, so it's right there. Human plus fuel is nutritionally complete food. So their whole angle is all about distinguishing themselves as this new type of product which hasn't been done before, even though effectively they're a protein shake with minerals, vitamins, flax, and a few other things. So it's basically a shake that gives you your macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats, as well as your multivitamins. But it would have been pretty boring if they just come out and said, we're a shake company that has these new combinations of ingredients. And you can have a look at the Huel website and kind of see how they're doing that with their marketing. And their product lines are very small at the moment. And when they first started out, they literally just had one or two products. And they very quickly created their own cast iron category. Other companies which have been around long before Huel are now trying to catch up. So My Protein, for example, they have their own kind of total fuel protein type product, but it doesn't really work. You still think of it as just a protein shake, and it isn't as clearly defined as Huel, both in terms of the ingredients and also in terms of the brand. So I think space syntax could look at something like Huel and they could take some of those ideas about defining the category, and that's what I would do if I was to work on their copywriting.